Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? For those of you who don't know, I have put up a mid-month, mid-April reading for the full zodiac. If you're looking for your individual zodiac readings, I'll put a little card right here so you can go check that out. All right, let's see where we go today. What is going on? Just take a deep breath, everybody. Just take a deep breath. Let's get rocking. Any zodiac signs I do find, I will check them in the extended, right? I'll do a couple cards for each one. All right. Trust and act accordingly. That's kind of a big deal lately. Memento mori, there may not be a someday. That's probably why. A little bit of anxiety here. And the universe. So, I feel like what's coming through here is some of you are really feeling the shift that we're making. This summer is going to be a big deal in terms of shifting energies, and there can be some kind of 3D event this summer that is, I don't know, separating us, but it definitely feels like the gap is getting wider. And on the ancestor video I did for last night, I'll put a card here. You can go check it out. I did talk quite a bit about 5D and 3D and how to, sort of work with those energies. And we are going to be doing much more 5D conversation in the next little while. Definitely by Lionsgate, you're going to feel it. There's going to be a widening of the gap. So, in other words, if you are overworking, if you're whatever habits you have that you feel are not that high vibration, not that healthy or whatever, to release those may require you to trust that there's something that's coming in that will take its place in a healthier way. The trust and act accordingly card there makes me feel like things that are changing in our life may require a lot of trust. Like we're, too much changing too fast for us to really even keep up. And I'm definitely feeling that energy of like running up the down escalator. There's a big shift coming in here. Okay. And I have talked about it on some of the recent videos, but moving more into 5D more than we ever have. And if you're in alignment with those old toxic patterns, then that's what you're choosing. You're basically telling the universe, okay, I'm still choosing this. It's time to choose the new thing. Time to choose and go in the direction of the life you want to create. Excuse me. All right, keep shuffling, Mary Jo. All right, let's see where we go here. All right. I will read you that universe card in a second here. Let's see. All right, underneath is the Justice card, and I see the Ace of Swords here. I see the Queen of Cups. So that does say to me that heart needs to be balanced with head. Okay. Any kind of too much, how can I say this? Too much of the thinking of the left brain, logical thinking, is cutting off the heart. That's the message I'm getting here. Too much of that is going to kind of jam up any kind of flow from the heart. And that's meaningful because we shall see. Page of Wands, Devil energy, excuse me, Queen of Swords, Death, Four of Swords, Three of Wands, Ace of Wands, Ten of Cups, Two of Cups. That's why. Some of you are too much in your logical mind. Some of you are manifesting from a place of truth, aligned with your truth. Awesome. But there still seems to be something poking around here that needs to be healed, needs to be worked on. This devil energy here, we have Saturn. I'm going to do a video very soon about 3 things to watch out for in May. And one of them is, little preview. One of them is so many planets moving into Aries. We have Jupiter and Venus and Mars. Now, Jupiter, I don't need to hold this up because I'm not talking about that right now. Jupiter is an ideal partner. Mars, this is for women really. In your astrology chart, Mars in your chart is the attractive, dangerous, even toxic patterns. No offense to Mars, but like that's the guy who is, or that's the partner who is irresponsible, just acting on impulse. Okay. Jupiter is the one who knows how to make dinner reservations. Jupiter is the partner who has empathy. Jupiter is a more aligned partner. So Jupiter is the healthier partner. In terms of looking forward into alignment, we want to turn our backs on unhealthy toxic patterns. Saturn energy is the devil energy, and Saturn is like the lesson, the planet that forces you to do hard things and then bestows generosity on those who do the work. And I feel like that's what's happening here. You might be inspired to do the work of leaving behind toxic patterns, overcoming anything, transforming through doing the healing work, and then like, okay, okay, what do I get? This is definitely expectation of getting a reward for doing this work. Death and devil here being overcome. And I think you'd be correct in that. Ace of Wands, 10 of Cups, and 2 of Cups. I think you're correct about that. That it is time to be like, okay, where's my reward? I've been Mary Jo, I've been working and doing my healing stuff, and I've been purging, and I've been manifesting with the new moon, and it's like, I just want to get this going. Ace of Swords and the Libra card there of Justice. Now, that is a thinking thing, right? The Queen of Swords here also kind of like, okay, what do I win? What do I win? Why do I? What's the point of all this? Okay, there's a little bit of that. A little bit of, I don't know, that feels a little like a frustration point. But what you win is you win the way back to your heart. You win the way back to your own feelings, intuition, manifesting capability, that you now have cleared out these difficult lessons. And Saturn does leave a gifty for those who do the work. Saturn does reward you. So it's not outside the realm of possibility that Saturn like goes bop and brings in this beautiful energy for doing the healing work. Because I can hear you being like, okay, I do all this manifesting, I do all this stuff. And like, the journey is its own reward. Okay. And we talk about that a lot on this channel. So it's not really doing it to get something. I mean, it's not really as transactional as that, right? Like doing the journey, doing the work of the journey is its own reward. However, there's something coming in right now that makes me feel like a little bit more mercenary than that. A little bit more like, listen, you know, I'm really at the place of manifesting something new in my life. I have done all this work and I will continue to do my work. I'm not saying I'm going to be like, okay, you know, feet on desk, cigar in mouth, waiting for, you know, the universe to bestow all kinds of gifties on me. But at the same time, like, there needs to be some kind of progress. There needs to be some kind of movement. And, you know, the healing work that has been done so far, I feel like there's some piece of this that maybe has been overlooked. The activation switch of doing the work, being in alignment. There's this moment in time. Now, that's what happens when we get eclipse. We get an activation moment. All right. We have an eclipse coming up in late April. Okay. And it is in Taurus. And so we have North Node in Taurus. We've talked about North Node as the path, as the mission for this planet, and as the collective, right? You might have your North Node, right? It's a node of the moon. You might have it in a different part of your astrology chart. But as a collective, we're experiencing North Node in Taurus, which is about what do you value? What do you want to create? What makes you feel good and comfortable and joyful? What is the thing that you most value? That's what's going on And it's pushing us into that energy of deciding those things. And so I feel like this is basically saying in the next 4 weeks, this ace, Four of Swords here, in the next 3 to 4 weeks, we have this opportunity to see the rewards of our efforts. It's the activation switch in a Taurus mode. So it's activating the North Node. Sorry, I don't mean to snap. Keep snapping. Stop snapping. It's activating the North Node energy. Taurus is definitely about what you value. So are you in alignment with what you value, what your heart wants to create? If you are, then it does feel to me like you'll see the rewards of that labor, because Taurus is an earth energy, right? It's definitely an earth energy. It's like, I want to see something tangible. And I feel like that's what's coming here, is that you're finally going to be able to see some kind of tangible reward for all of this work, even though you might be 100% in alignment with the idea and the concept of the journey is its own reward. It doesn't stop manifestations from showing up. And I feel like this eclipse energy, it is that moment in time when that node, that lunar node of the moon gets activated. So I think you could see the energy of that gear up, right? Like we're going to see everything we have been focused on standing in the energy of satisfaction and fulfillment. We're going to see those things start to materialize. Okay? Materialize, earth energy, Taurus. So let's clarify a couple things here. All right, let's clarify. I want to clarify the Ace of Swords. Just give me one card a piece, please. Ace of Swords. Six of Pentacles. This is a little bit about understanding our own transactional behavior, right? So this is the Six of Pentacles. Definitely feels to me a little bit like we're realizing that we're doing this. We're realizing that we're trying to do healing work and all of this journey in order to get something. And I feel like that's what Saturn is coming through and going, it needs to be for the purpose of doing the journey. But it doesn't mean that Saturn won't do the gift. It just means like, don't focus on that so much. Focus on doing the work for the clarification of the work, learning to trust, right? Do that work for yourself. It will benefit you in the long run to do it. And that is a result of things. So regardless of the fact that you're watching this reading and we are going to get a little gifty here, I do feel like Saturn is saying to us a little bit like, hey, what do you want to create? But also like, isn't the act of creation a cool thing? Because when you're working on manifesting, knowing the frequency of effective manifesting is also a gift. So you're being able to go like, oh yeah, okay, I remember when I was working on manifesting, and I used to just feel really good about the act of manifesting. And that was the thing that worked, but it also felt good just to be in that energy. So I feel like there's two things going on here, and that is definitely transformational. All right, so it's about understanding our own behavior. Clarify the devil energy. Right, clarify the devil energy. Three of Swords. You definitely want to release any kind of heartache that has been holding you back or keeping you stuck. Some of you are stuck on a love or a twin flame or an experience, and that's the thing that needs to be released and healed. You know who you are. Okay, what about the Death card? Clarify the Death card. Moon. So this is about Moon. This is about the eclipse that's coming up April 30th. Right? April 30th. Isn't that the day? It's in Taurus. I'm just going to look quickly at this while we're talking, while I have you here. April 30th. The new moon in Taurus, 10 degrees Taurus, partial solar eclipse. All right. And that is about stability and self-worth and value exchange. So when we talk about money, we're talking about an exchange of value. So I do something for you and you pay me for that in this world, that's how that works. It's a value for value exchange. So when you value something I do, if you're my client or whatever, you value something I do, you pay me for that. If I value something you do, I pay you for that. There's just this even exchange. And that's just the way it works. It's likely that some of you have had lots of giving, and have had lots of takers in your life. It's very likely that that's the case. And so a lot of this is getting jammed up because we're afraid of attracting more takers. It's about fear. The moon. The moon is about fear. It's about illusion. It's about being afraid of things, that go bump in the night. It's like, I don't want to manifest if I'm in low vibration. I don't know. I don't want to manifest another experience like this. So if I do the work, universe, if I start manifesting, then you better damn well give me what I'm looking for. The universe is trying to work on that behavior of, I'm enjoying the act of manifesting, and that is it in its own way, its reward. So it's definitely trying to get you to the place of trust also. Like, if I do all this work on manifesting, then when will I see it, and what will it look like, and I got to tell the universe how to bring it, and it needs to look like this, it needs to look like that. All of that is betraying the lack of trust in the manifesting process, and that makes it low vibration. So it is about stepping into that act of trusting and enjoying the ride, enjoying the journey of manifesting. Okay, enjoying the healing journey. I know we're pricking at some pretty old pains and everything like that, but doesn't it feel good to be like not afraid of it anymore? Not running away from things, not burying them, not shoving down your feelings. Doesn't it feel good to just be able to be like, yep, don't care anymore. I'm just removing the attachment to it. And that's really what true healing can feel like, and is, in my view, is about removing attachments. Yep, happened. This is what I learned from it. It's not a thing anymore. Okay. When you're attached to something, if you have a person in your past, I'll just give you a little example. If you have somebody in your life who is, you have a long standing, very triggering kind of relationship with this person, and everything becomes their fault, or it's like, oh, I know it's them again, right? Like you have that kind of thing. I think a lot of us have that. Queen of Swords cuts that nonsense. Queen of Swords is like, take responsibility for your piece of this, heal your piece of this, send that person on their way with love and light, and unhook from that attachment. It's time to unhook from some of these all of these old attachments. Okay? I'm going to clarify this. Ace of Wands, 10 of Cups, and 2 of Cups. Yep, 6 of Swords. You're on your way. The 3 of Wands, I was looking at that, and the 3 of Wands is really about expectation. And it's like when you can feel that unattached feeling to some of these old wounds, some of these hurts, some of these people who have really been very toxic. Okay, you're not condoning what they've done. You're not saying it's okay. You're saying, I don't want to waste my time in that energy anymore. That's really what you're saying. And the universe is like, bravo. Okay, bravo. I'm going to read that to you, the universe one, because I said I would. Let's see. So, the universe is designed to evolve all light through love, light. Hold on. The universe is designed to evolve all life through love, light, and a lot of laughter. The universe is the source of all, the fullness of everything out of the seeming null of nothing. The universe is all-knowing, but with an elevated view. Trust, again, trust. Trust there is a perfect order within anything and everything you're experiencing from this limited aspect. The universe has a hilarious sense of humor, and make sure you don't take life too seriously because it's only life after all. The universe is saying to you, what is my role to play in the greater story unfolding? And what can you share about this situation from a higher elevation? So anything that I have, that you have been thinking about as I've been doing this, that's the thing to work on. If something came to mind when I was talking about people who kind of constantly are in your mind and you're always like, it's them again, like any kind of old old hurts around love, any kind of transactional, well, I do this for you, so you must do this for me. The way we do money, that's real, that's the way value works. But there's also this sense of, keeping score. It's one thing to keep score when it's a client, this is a business transaction and that's just really the whole way it works. But in personal relationships, the keeping score stuff doesn't work, right? It's about being able to give and still hold your boundaries. So that if you're feeling like you're giving too much, you probably are. So it's time to hold your boundaries. It's time to hold that energy inside you and let you benefit from that and undo the codependency of overgiving. Okay, that's really what's showing up here. There's a lot here. All right, there's a lot here. I'm going to continue on with this. If this is your reading, you might want to come along. Justice, I'm going to look at Libra, Scorpio, Capricorn, Pisces. Yeah, I'll get some cards for those signs if that's any of your signs or the ones you're dealing with. You might be interested in that. There's a link below if you want to continue with me. But if you're part of Pathfinders, the rest of the reading starts right now.